mic is pointing at your...
Put it down quite a bit because it was peaking.
Yeah, well, a lot of times we'll see it peaking here and it's...
Oh yeah.
It's so quiet coming
Yeah.
out. So that might have to be adjusted. That's one thing I look for, but it looks like the video's looking good. So we can go ahead and start.
Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another episode of Cooking with Con. Today we will teach you the basics of how to properly wash your hands, how to properly wash your vegetables, and how to make pico de gallo. All right, let's get started. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do to do proper hand washing is you want to remove all jewelry, including rings and watches, and roll up any unremovable jewelry or bracelets that you have. Okay, make sure everything's clear, and then you're going to want to apply some soap. Hand a little wet. Lather it up a little bit up to your wrist or wherever your work area would require. Some places require you to wash up to your forearms and elbows, but since we're cooking at home, we can just wash ourselves. Wash for a good 15 to 30 seconds. And then rinse with warm water. Testing. Can you hear it? Good? Make sure you get all the soaps out, all the suds. Your hands should not be slippery when it is done. And when you're done, you're going to dry your hands. And that is it for hand washing. All right, now that you know how to properly wash your hands, we're going to put on our apron. And this not only protects you from splashes and food debris, but this also protects the food from you in case you have dog hair or pet hair or anything. It'll keep a barrier between your food and yourself. Now, after you do that, you're going to want to wash your vegetables. It's very important because even though it's organic or whatnot, manure is still organic. They have to fertilize it some way, and that might get on your vegetables. So you want to rinse that off to prevent salmonella and other diseases. All right, let's get started. Wash vegetables with warm water. Remove any from the stem. Give it a little scrub. Clean out any dirt for a few seconds. Place it into your washed and cleaned container. Next not least, garlic. Peel 2 or 3 cloves that we want. Put it in pieces. What we're going to do is break out that. It's very easy to peel. Okay. Check for any mold or any black spots. See, these are perfect garlic. Okay, rinse and then give them a quick rinse. There you go. You have your washed veggies. All right, now that our vegetables are properly washed, if you are cooking for other people, I would recommend putting on gloves. If you are at home, there's no need because as long as you wash your hands, it's just your germs. And then, once we're all gloved up, you're gonna start with the tomato, okay? You're gonna want about 3 tomatoes, about a pound, and you're just gonna dice them up, okay? Just rough chop. Very simple, cut them in half. Okay. Just cube them up if you can. Doesn't have to be a specific size. Just want them a little rough chop. You want them a little chunky so that way it has a little bit of a bite. But you don't want them too big. You want them to have just enough so they get a couple pieces in a bite. Of course, you're going to want to get your plate ready. Throw these in your plate. Make sure you don't knock it off your table. Now, some people, normally you would put cilantro in here, but some people don't like cilantro. It's in their brain, it makes them think that it tastes like soap. So even if they want to love it, they can't, unless they like the taste of soap. So for today, I won't be adding cilantro in there, just out of consideration for other people. But I might personally love cilantro, so I would choose to add it in there. Now that the tomatoes are all done, you can grab 1 or 2 jalapeno, okay? Start by cutting out the stem. And then you can either do cut in half to flatten it out. It'll be easier for you. But just cut it the long way. And repeat process. Throw that in there. And then if you noticed, these garlic, you can add as much garlic as you want. Today I'll do 2. Okay? So that way it's not overpowering. But you're gonna wanna crush the garlic to release the oils and the aroma, and then just finely mince it. And any way you want. Do a little rocking motion, chopping motion, just get it really fine so people aren't biting into big chunks of garlic. All right, add the garlic. Now, I didn't wash the onion because you're actually going to peel it. So you just cut off the top part, peel it. So even if you wash the outside, you're definitely not going to be able to wash the inside. So you're going to want to peel the outer skin. You're going to want to peel until you get to the nice, juicy, tender area. Okay? Clean off our cutting board. So that's about right. See, there's another extra skin there. You don't want that rough onion flavor, that rough onion skin. You want a nice, crisp texture. Fully rip this out. All right. All right, fully peeled onion. Cut it down in half. Now you can use half an onion or a full onion. I like to do the full onion, even though I don't like raw onion. When you add the lemon, the lime, I mean, with the salt, it actually sweetens things up. So it's actually a pretty good flavor. You don't want to cut them too thin. You want to cut them, cube them up. All these want to be cubed up. Right, there we go. I will add the full onion on this one. And then you're going to want to add a lime. You're going to want to roll the lime so that way it concentrates all the juices down into the middle where you want it, so you get better access to the juices. Okay, cut that in half, and you can either hand squeeze or use this little contraption that I got here that will squeeze your lemon for you. Squeeze on there. Now I put half the lime in there, and then I'll add my salt. Here's my salt. About like a teaspoon to taste. If you want more or less salt, just add it to taste. And I just do a little pinch of sugar just to offset the lime. Okay, you don't want it sweet, but you just want something to offset the acidity and the sourness, so it's not overbearing. And then you'll squeeze the other half in there. Get all that juice in there. You don't want to waste any of that. All right. Then that's where the gloves come in handy, is you're going to want to mix this. And if you're wearing gloves, then you can just throw away the gloves. If not, then you have to obviously wash your hands. So just get this a fairly good mix, okay? And you're going to want to let this sit for a little bit because the acid will start breaking down the cell membranes of the plant material, making it a little bit softer but also better tasting. Bring out the sweetness of these fruits and veggies. All right, now we'll let this sit for a little bit while we talk about our sponsor. All right, so today's episode is brought to you in part by Sunrise Salsa. It is fresh pico de gallo salsa made with mango, avocado, sweet pepper, onion, tomato, and lemon and lime. You can purchase this at Appleton and Green Bay Woodman's, right by the hummus. Thank you. All right. So now that we have all of our product done, we will let this sit and then we can have a taste test. Can we have 2 audience members come up here and taste this product, huh? Taste our final product. Now, normally you'd want to let it sit for a little bit. The longer you let it sit, the sweeter the fruits and veggies will be, but if you want it fresh, you can taste it fresh. All right. Have a taste and let me know how it tastes.
Well, I'll tell you, Con, it smells fantastic
does smell
over
really
here.
good.
Well,
It's
thank you.
amazing.
It's very simple, very cheap, and takes very little time. How's it?
That's so good.
You
The
know,
sizes of everything is really good too.
Good portion.
I absolutely despise tomatoes and raw tomatoes. However, I like this. I can get past the tomatoes. This is actually very, very good. I highly recommend it.
Thank you very much for joining us. Till next week, we'll see ya.